Okay, so you're ready to go beyond Amazon and you're looking for what other platforms might be the best choice for you. Well, it might be that IngramSpark is the next stop on your self-publishing journey. This is Chris Baird from selfpublishingmadeeasynow.com, where self-publishing doesn't have to be so hard. In today's video, we're going to discuss IngramSpark self-publishing review and guide in 2023. So let's get right into it. So, introduction to IngramSpark. The first thing we're going to look at is an overview of IngramSpark as a self-publishing platform. Now, as a self-publishing platform, that means that you're going to be able to take the books that you've generated already. Now, hopefully, you know the main strategy is, in fact, putting those books on Amazon absolutely first, okay? So once the books are on Amazon, then you have the PDF, you have your cover for at least the ebook version, and so you're pretty much set because we're going to be able to put this thing directly onto IngramSpark. And it's a renowned self-publishing platform that's going to give you even more, a large distribution that goes even farther in other areas that Amazon simply doesn't go. It gives you professional distribution like we were talking about, as well as Amazon. You can even put your books back onto Amazon from IngramSpark, which is kind of a funny one that you're competing against your own books. The price will be a little bit higher, and it allows you print-on-demand books and ebooks. This also includes doing your hardcover books on IngramSpark. Now, we are going to get into some of the challenges that we've experienced with IngramSpark, but there's a lot of benefits since I have made more money on my paperback sales of IngramSpark lately than I have off of Amazon. It's been about a year of this, continually making more money on IngramSpark. So what are the benefits and features of IngramSpark? Well, the first thing is you're going to have a global reach because it provides access to a vast distribution network, allowing authors to reach readers worldwide through channels like Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and independent bookstores. And that's the great part of where exactly it leads to, including getting into even libraries. From what I've seen from my experiences is getting your books into those libraries, which is pretty impressive because it keeps track of these things. People get these things, they donate the books later to libraries and other such things. And so it just makes it a really easy way for people to access your books. Then there's the print-on-demand side of things. You're easily able to put your books as a PDF, let's say for the paperback, as the interior file, and a PDF for the cover. It does use its own templates, and then that's sufficient. You fill out their information on their forms, and then people just place an order for your book, and the book is printed and sent to them, as opposed to ending up with a garage filled with books like the old days, which was a really bad solution. The other thing is you're going to have that professional quality, high quality printing and binding options where the printing looks good. Now, I can say that some of my clients have had some issues with some of the images not being completely in alignment, and also some of the black colors inside the books not being as black. But then the question is whether your target readers are going to notice this. Some of these things, whereas Amazon has other issues in terms of things arriving and sort of being crumpled a little bit, or other issues that can create problems for their readers. So, getting started with IngramSpark. So the first thing you need to do is create an IngramSpark account. And the beautiful thing is you just go in there and register. You're just going to click on sign up or create an account, and then just go through the options. It goes really, really fast. And in your account setup, you're going to provide all your personal information, your contact information, as well as your banking details, because you want to get paid, right? So you want to make sure that's all in place. And then we're just going to verification and publishing. You're going to go in there, and after completing the setup, you can begin uploading your books and having them go through that. They also have a whole number of guides that will show you exactly how to do the different parts of this. Next, we have understanding account setup and preferences. We have distribution options, and I'm going to tell you, go with the maximum distribution and go with the default options they have. One difference between them and Amazon is they have a lot more menus and a lot more things to fill out, which can be a little disturbing and a little bit too much, can be a little bit of an overload for some authors when you're getting into IngramSpark if you get distracted by all of this. But just choose the basic options that they have, maximum distribution, and go with that, okay? And then you have the pricing and royalties. You can set your own pricing in order to figure out your royalties. And as many of my clients know, there are specific strategies to maximize based upon what prices you do. And I'm telling you, I use the same strategies I use on Amazon. I use them right on IngramSpark. So that's something you're not going to want to miss. You're going to want to make sure you implement the same strategies there as well. And then you have your metadata and description. Now, you are required to provide this metadata, which is easy. We already have that from Amazon, as well as an ISBN. ISBNs, though, can be easily obtained. You can just you can get one below in the description, my affiliate link for ISBNs. is a great way to go about getting your book registered for about $20 as opposed to $125 for your ISBN, getting it registered under an imprint as opposed to just buying your own. You can get it registered under an existing imprint and save yourself a lot of pain and trouble. You're going to have your book description in there. We're going to put our keywords in there like we already did on Amazon. This is the beauty of this thing, is one of the key strategies I'm always focused on is how can you use your previous work in a new context in order to maximize your sales. Little energy and large outcome and results as a result of that, and that is key there. And you're going to have that's going to give you the potential, based upon those titles and stuff like keywords like we discussed in our Amazon review videos, to reach potential readers, helping them to discover the books through other online retailers as well as libraries. And I'm always amazed when I look at how many libraries in the world have piles of my books on their shelves. It's all over the planet. It's really amazing. Next, we're going to go to uploading your book and files. You have your file formats. They can accept all the different file formats that you would like for them to have. But really, there's only two you're going to need. One is the PDF format. Okay, and that gives you the ability then to have for the interior and the cover of the book for your paperback and hardcover books. Okay, then you're going to have an EPUB for the interior of your Kindle book and just the JPEG you got from your cover designer. And when you're looking to do formatting, that's one of the reasons I do have a course on how to do formatting made easy. You can find it below in the description. That goes through exactly step by step how to use this amazing tool called Juto in order to get your book formatted in these different formats without it making any problems or any mistakes. And the other one thing I wanted to comment is you can use the same cover for both your Amazon and your IngramSpark. And that is to say that, like, once you've made your cover order, I have a particular person on Fiverr that I particularly like to use. You can just find my best covers designers down below in the description for my affiliate link on that as well. If you're missing a cover, an outstanding cover, and I think she's charging I think it's up to $25. If you order in batch, she can go down to as low as like $10 to $15 a cover. It's unbelievable. But just if you're going to get a single cover, $25 is an insane deal. I was paying $150, $200 a cover when I first started. And then I found this amazing artist, designer who was able to really do this and just go back and forth until the covers were looking fantastic. And then the next thing is on the cover design, IngramSpark allows authors to upload custom cover designs, which is really what you're going to be doing. You're going to be able to choose the trim size and all of that. Now, if sizing matters a lot, then I'd go with Lulu because they have all sorts of additional options. But really, you're going to want to choose, if you can, 6x9 because it gives you maximum distribution on your books, okay? Proofing and validation. After you've uploaded it, you're able to review and validate that your book type files, all of the things meet the platform's requirements, and that everything's looking good. They usually give some sort of an error if you have images in your book saying they're too, the spacing or the image quality, but I've never had that there's some challenges there. I've really never had any clients complain. Everything seems to look good in the end result, so I can't really comment too much on that, but I did have a client ask me recently just about that in my one-on-one program about how exactly to deal with that. And I said, look, I generally just let it go through because for whatever reason, they complain a lot more than Amazon does. They're like, okay, there's too many dots per inch on the images that are coming through. Okay. The next thing is book metadata and distribution. You're going to be adding your book details, title, and description. First thing is your title information. You're going to go through it. You're going to take the same title and subtitle that you used in your original book. And I hope you did the keyword stuff that I teach in my lessons. And also, if you're looking for exactly the flow of all of this, you should just grab my free checklist below in the description, okay? You're going to have a compelling description for your book in there. I like to use even ChatGPT in order to figure out what that description should look like. So this is a great strategy. Write out a basic thing that describes your whole book and then say, give me a sales copy version of this on ChatGPT. And then we can tone it down, tone it up. You can do all sorts of magical things on using AI when it comes to the description. And you aren't going to get punished by Amazon or any of these other companies like IngramSpark for the description, okay? Then you're going to have your keywords and your metadata that are going to go in there and in order to make it easy for your target readers to find your book. Next, we have our setting, pricing, and royalty options. We're going to have competitive pricing. We want to make sure that our book is actually able to compete with others, and so that our pricing isn't too far high or far low. But in reality, we're still going to be able to make, as I've mentioned before, like $5 royalties for those paperbacks, and your ebooks should be priced at about $2.99 a piece. So they sort of can compete with Amazon. Now, these prices will be much higher when they get onto Amazon and other platforms than Amazon's books, which is a little disappointing, but it doesn't matter because you have your books also on Amazon, so it's going to go just fine. And then under the royalty selection, you're going to look at the different options they have. We want to maximize distribution. We are going to allow them to do no returns, destructive options for our books, which means, but I could be charged for this. listen, I'm making so much money off of IngramSpark. I don't even care if they return or destroy the books that are returned to them. That's not a problem. Because if you get really, really greedy on this thing and you're like, oh, I only want to do the options that earn me the most and don't risk any risk, they're going to minimize your distribution. Okay. Why are you even wasting your time on IngramSpark? Just go that route and see, are they charging you money? No, you're going to be making money off IngramSpark. So it really doesn't make any sense. Sometimes authors get a little bit greedy and think, oh, I'm going to just minimize my distribution so that I can maximize the downside of liabilities. What if they return these books and I have to pay back? I've never had to pay back. Okay. They're sending me thousands and thousands of dollars to IngramSpark. I just don't know. I don't even know what people are talking about. Like, oh, there was a return book here. I don't care. They can destroy it and take away $15 from my thousands. Whatever. It doesn't matter. And that's the reason why I really like IngramSpark. Then you have a real-time calculator, and it provides a real-time calculator to help authors estimate their royalties. This is the same thing you'll find on Amazon. It's just very helpful when you're going about your book. Okay. Next, we have selecting distribution channels and territories. This one's really easy. We're going for wide distribution network. We're going to choose all of the options that are available for our particular thing. We want geographic reach to reaching all of the different regions, and we want print and ebooks. We're going to make sure that we're using both print and ebooks, maximizing that distribution. We're willing to go with the default options that they have. Say, okay, do you want more distribution or less? More, please. So sometimes I will have clients from time to time in my group coaching ask, well, should I choose this one or should I choose this? And my answer is, go for the more. Okay. So when you're trying to decide this sort of a thing, and that's something I talk with my group coaching clients. You can find it below the link to my group coaching, where we go through step by step. I'm able to look exactly at your specific book, and we're able to talk it through. Okay. The next thing is cover design and interior formatting. Now, cover design guidelines and templates. And the thing is that you're going to have a custom design. You can really be very flexible with regards to how it goes. I'm telling you, for most books, 6x9 will give us our maximum distribution. If you don't believe me, go look and Google it. You'll see Amazon's #1 hit on this subject. 6x9 is what they recommend for maximum distribution. And so when it comes to the templates and things, you are going to need the templates for the cover. But for the interior, we're just using the Juto program, like I told you below my affiliate link in the description, that goes through how to use Juto in order to get the formatting exactly flawlessly correct. So they're never going to complain about your formatting. Ever. Literally, they're never going to complain. It's absolutely amazing because the program just gets it correct the first time. The other thing I do like with this particular formatting tool is that the designer usually answers any email within 4 hours. So I go back and forth with my clients in order to help them resolve all of these issues, any issues that they may have. But the speed of which the designer themselves, the software developer, actually tells you, okay, what are you having a problem with? Let me see if I can help you. Send me the file. I'll see if I can fix it or figure it out. But really, I don't do that anymore. Why? Because the program just works. It doesn't give me errors. Only in the beginning is a little bit of time to figure it out, like any tool, but then after that, it just goes away. Then quality standards, you're going to want to make sure it's high quality. So I hope you're using a tool like Juto. Don't even think about using Calibre or Word in order to upload your file to PDF. That is a terrible idea. That's going to give a low user experience and get you negative reviews. So do yourself a favor and don't do that. Okay. The next is interior formatting and specifications. And you want to be consistent formatting, making sure it's consistent. That's the reason why within Juto we use styles to control this, so that all of the paragraphs are identically matching. You want to use Times New Roman? No problem. Set a Times New Roman on that paragraph style, and boom, every paragraph is exactly perfect. The spacing between them, the spacing after paragraphs, you should never, ever, here's a gold piece of tip for you. Never be hitting like enter, or space inside of when you're formatting a file. This goes with Word too. This is the funny thing with the one-on-one program that I have. When we're talking through stuff, I'm not just teaching you exactly how to do it with books. I'm telling you how this works with every other file you're working in your life. I don't know if you work with Excel or Word or PowerPoint or any of these things, but in reality, or Google Docs or Google Slides or any of these, I use all of these tools. And the fact is that styles are incredibly powerful. And this is one of the ways we do this. So you're not just going to learn only the book side. You're also going to learn in terms of your business in general, your website design, and other things in your personal private life that are dealing with business and stuff regarding your how to use these tools a lot more effectively, since my background is in tech. Okay, so if you're ever wondering, and if you're like, I'm not very good at tech, well, this is something I like to do. Is I like to go step by step through things and show you exactly how to use these tools. Okay, so if you're not very good, this might be right for you. But if you are really good, you've got this whole thing figured out, well, then maybe it's not right for you. Okay, you're going to have your page count and trim size. This matters, especially when it comes to your ISBN, getting it registered under the correct page count. Okay, then you're going to have your file format, as we discussed, PDF for the paperback and hardback books for the interior, and EPUB for your ebooks. Okay. Interior formatting specifications. You have your file submission. You're going to upload both your cover and interior files onto IngramSpark, and you're going to be following exactly the format that they have. Then you're going to go through the review and validation process. And finally, you can order proof copies. That's at the lowest price possible for your books in order to ensure that the quality is up to par. Some of my clients inside the group coaching will even go through and show the difference between the two, where they're like, okay, so here's what it looks like on IngramSpark, here's what it looks like on Amazon, going page by page as they're flipping through to show you the exact quality copy that you're going to have to make sure that when you order that proof copy, it's going to look just like you're hoping that it would look, and you're not going to pay a lot of money for that, okay? We talk you through that entire process there, right? Next is proofing and reviewing process. And so you're going to be ordering and reviewing physical proofs. So you order the proof copies, and they're going to send those to you in the mail, those printed copies, and look at them. Now, if they're terrible, you complain to IngramSpark, they will give you your money back, which is this is another golden tip to save you money, okay? You're going to have quality assurance in order to make sure that the quality is, in fact, up to par, that there isn't problems like the images aren't off or things like that, and you're going to ask for corrections and revisions. And when you do that, if the mistakes are so big, make sure you inform IngramSpark, and they will simply refund your money, which is a really amazing deal that they have. Now, making corrections and revisions. You're going to identify issues that come up, carefully reviewing your book for errors, including typos and formatting issues. Just make sure you're finding it when you're going through the file, you're going through the copy that's in your hand. You can then do the file updates. You're going to just upload the files again. They aren't going to charge you for that, but they will after a while. I think there's like a certain window of period before they won't let you, because it requires an additional review, which then they're going to hit you with a $50 fee. In the old days, they always hit you with a $50 fee. That's not happening anymore. That's the reason why IngramSpark is so powerful and good. Then you just have resubmission, uploading the revised files to the Ingram account, and ensure they are error-free before approving them for publication. But of course, why would you send them in if you knew they had errors in your files? That would make no sense at all. Next, we're going to be finalizing the book for distribution. Again, back to this quality assurance, just making sure that they conduct a final review, everything's in place, looking at the metadata accuracy, the author's name, title, all of it needs to match your ISBN information as well. Otherwise, it's going to create an issue. And then distribution confirmation to make sure that you've decided, yes, I want to get maximum distribution, as many channels in as many formats as possible. But that brings us back, distribution and sales reports. That's something that you have there under IngramSpark, and they've drastically improved this, okay? Monitoring book availability and distribution. You're going to see your sales report. You're going to see exactly how the sales are going. Okay, Amazon still has better options on the sales, okay? The IngramSpark is a little bit behind, but they've drastically improved since I first went with them. Sometimes I like it when platforms are terrible, because it means other authors are less likely to use them. So, but what am I doing now? I'm telling you my secrets, which is the fact that IngramSpark is a killer place. You're definitely going to want your books. So you're going to see those. Then you have your retailer updates, so you can see exactly what's going on the retail websites, whether it's going well or not. And you have your marketing and promotion. And some people, one of my clients was asking recently, I think they had like a $125 marketing package, and I'm like, that is cheap. Because a lot of people are like $1,000 to market your book on, social media marketing and pushing it out to like Facebook and stuff. It's insane, okay? And so And the thing is that for some of my clients, they start with the marketing side of it, and that's one of the reasons why sometimes I would just recommend you look in the description for my free discovery session, where we can look and see exactly where in the process you are. Maybe you've got your books out there, they're just not selling, or maybe you don't even know how to get your books out there, and you want to get them out there. Okay, so whether you're trying to get your books selling, or whether you're trying to just create the books in the first place, a discovery session can be excellent, where we just sit down, just like right now. We're just going to talk, you and me. I want to hear where exactly you're at, and I can tell you which options might be right for you. And so that's definitely an option to consider. Next, we have understanding sales reporting and royalties. The first thing is sales tracking, where we can exactly see how the sales are going on your books, and it's going to show it to you under their dashboards that they have. And they have the royalty calculation to show you how much money is being owed you. They sit on it for a while, so if somebody wants money back, they simply refund it, not from your own wallet, but from the account that they have. And then you have a payment schedule, so you're pretty much going to be getting paid the royalties on a regular schedule, and you can get your author's earnings through this. Every month I get my things. I think maybe it's like a 90 days after the sale is made or something. I don't really even pay that much attention because the money just is coming through on a regular basis. Thousands and thousands of dollars just coming right through the account, which I find fantastic for the 200 plus books that I have on the market. Okay, and that's another key issue, which is get a lot of books on the market. Let's experiment with these keywords. once you learn how to use tools like Juto, do yourself a favor and start increasing the number of books that you're putting out there so you can make sure that you're going to be set, okay, when it comes to your books. The next thing is exploring additional distribution opportunities. We're going to be using expanded retailers like we have. We're going to go for all of the international markets we can possibly hit, and we're going to go for specialized distribution to ensure that distribution like niche bookstores, libraries, academic institutions, to reach specific target audiences to really maximize it. And then you have your marketing and promotion. We're going to leverage IngramSpark's marketing tools and resources. This includes like their promotional features where they have all sorts of little tools and marketing things, like whether it's like countdowns or making sure that, hey, look, this is especially on sale and paying to get it in special locations, or their author services. So if you're getting a little bit like lazy bones and you don't want to do stuff yourself, you can simply use some of the services that they have, or the educational content where they show you. They have a whole list of resources, including webinars and articles and guides, things on YouTube, all sorts of stuff that you can read, including blogs, articles, and such, showing you the latest, greatest changes that IngramSpark is currently making. Then we have promoting your book through IngramSpark channels. We have Author Spotlight, something to get it where you can participate in this in order to get your book right on the first page where they're showing it on the website itself. The catalog inclusion, you can make sure you definitely want to include it in there, and even email campaigns to ensure the option of having you in IngramSpark's email marketing. And so you just pay a fee, a nominal fee, and you can test these out. Make sure you test them, though. If sales don't go up as a result, we killed the test. It was a bad test. Next, we're going to be integrating IngramSpark with your overall marketing strategy. And that means targeted marketing, making sure that we're really building our email list. This is something I discuss with my clients in the group coaching and my one-on-one program, how exactly to use email in order to leverage this so we can get more reviews and stuff. And you want consistent branding on your website, in your books, the covers, all of these things. And if you're using my cover designer, you simply send your previous covers and say, make sure it matches the exact style and feel of this. And then data analysis to make sure that we're seeing what's happening as a result of our efforts. The money that we're spending on ads and these are money and the time that we're spending on our content marketing. We're pulling all of this together in order to check that data. But we always do one thing at a time so we do not burn out. Okay. So my question for you today is, have you gotten started on IngramSpark? If you have, write yes below in the comments. And if not, write no below in the comments. And look, if you're trying to get started on this whole thing, grab my free checklist in the description. It goes straight through the self-publishing secrets checklist, the secrets of self-publishing in the exact step-by-step. That's worked for me selling thousands. Actually, I think we're at like 50, 60,000 books sold. And if you're looking to get increased sales, that's probably your next starting point, is grabbing my free checklist. And check up above me here for more video answers to your self-publishing questions. Thanks.